Diddy's in jail.
That nigga's going down.
Diddy's going to jail.
It's going down.
Come on, it's going down.
It's going down.
What is this? Don't piss me off today, camera.
Meet me in the cell. It's going down.
You done?
No.
You can't be done.
Meet me in the cell.
You're not gonna be done.
It's going down. Meet me in. Did you have something on that back wall before?
Back here?
Yeah.
I used to, when we used to record right here all the time, I had the lights from the desk shining up.
I knew it. I was like...
But they're on this. No, wait.
I'm like, something looks different.
Wait, hold on. Alexa, turn on desk. I don't even turn them on anymore.
Okay, I thought it was... I'm like, something looks different.
There we go. Let's see. There you go. Yeah, you can't really see them. You can't really see them.
Nah, I could have felt like you had something like...
No, I never had anything.
A poster.
Nope.
Or a something.
Nope. I don't know how to work this anymore.
It's okay.
Sorry. Oh.
Meet me in the cell. It's going
okay.
down.
I don't know, child. You probably can't even see it. Alrighty.
I just heard something go.
Yeah, it was the echo.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's get into the show.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sierra's house is fancy, y'all.
Is it?
Yeah.
It looks a hot ass mess up
It's
here.
okay.
Some mad stuff
Such
up
as
here.
wait, what can I wrap my head around?
Oh yeah. Hey guys.
Hey everyone. What it do, baby?
Yes, what's going on? God, I haven't done this in like a week or so.
Yes.
I'm
Not in just a week.
I'm your girl Sierra T.
And I'm your girl Sherelle B.
And this is Headwraps and Lipsticks, the podcast.
Where we wrap the culture up in color.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Let's be frank here. This is gonna be an all Diddy, all politic episode.
It's gonna be kind of a short episode.
Yeah, it's not gonna be that long.
We are tired.
Exhausted. Yeah. Exhausted from being in Tennessee, celebrating Sherelle's bachelorette.
Tennessee
Nashville.
whiskey.
Nasty Nashville.
Smooth as strawberry wine.
Okay.
Chris Stapleton, you know that's my man's.
I love that for you.
That's my man's right there.
I don't know anything about it.
Dang, I hate that for you. Y'all gotta get on Chris Stapleton. He cool.
Sure.
We like him.
Yeah. Good for Chris. Good old Chris.
Oh,
Anyway,
God.
sis, what can you wrap your head around?
What can I?
Uh-oh.
I can't wrap my head around Uber lifts in the good old town of
Shelbyville?
Shelbyville. That's how it's spelled out. But the residents of Shelbyville say Shelville.
Do they?
That's how Karen said it.
Did she?
Mm-hmm. And then our Lyft driver who came an hour later, he said the same thing.
Damn.
So, because he's from there.
Right.
Yeah, so Sierra and I went to the nearest green distillery in Shelbyville, Tennessee. Got an amazing and educational tour about how the whiskey brand Uncle Nearest came about. Very, very inspirational, very surprising, and absolutely gorgeous. If you have not gotten a bottle of Uncle Nearest, please go ahead and do so. You can get them at any liquor store. You know, so if this is not any shame against Jack Daniels.
Shame.
But if you want the real deal, get you a bottle of Uncle Nearest. So yeah, with that being said, some of us were stranded in Shelbyville because when I say it took at least, I don't even know, it took me an hour just to get a lift to get us back to Nashville. What I also can't wrap my head around is how Sierra is one of God's favorites. Let me tell y'all. Myself and my cousin was trying to get a Uber and a Lyft for like ever. She was like, I can't get one. This one comes outside. She was minding her business, and then she was like, what we doing? And we was like, we trying to get an Uber, we trying to get a Lyft. She touches her phone, gets on the apps and said, "Oh, I wanted to be here in 4 minutes." I said, "What?" So with that, I'm like, okay, so maybe there'll be another one right after. Sierra and so it was 8 of us in total.
Yep.
Sierra plus 3 were already 5 minutes away from our destination when I finally got a lift.
Yeah.
And it like we were an hour away from Nashville.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were an hour outside of Nashville. It was raining. I'm so shocked I don't have a scratchy throat. Well, you know why? Because I take my vitamins. That's why.
You were also sitting under a protected area.
Yeah, but I had on a mini skirt.
You did have on a mini skirt.
Legs was out. Arms was out.
But it wasn't that cold outside.
It wasn't, but it was just like,
yeah.
I was like, so Sierra really is one of God's favorites.
Listen, I was just like, let's see what we can do. Maybe I am God's favorite.
I think
God's
so.
favorites, or maybe I got lucky. Who knows? But yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It was craziness.
Yeah.
So Shelbyville, Tennessee, I don't know what needs to be done. Maybe you have a Lyft convention. I don't know. But don't tell like...
It is kind of strange. You would think that more Ubers would go out there because the distillery is out there. But... Yeah.
It's weird because like when we did the when I got the tickets for everybody, it says it on the bottom like, you know, Ubers and Lyfts are kind of funny out here. But I didn't think it was gonna be like, you should like it was to the point where my bank sent me a notice like, yo, you good? Like, why are you just getting
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And even when I looked on my bank statement, that's what
it was. All of that, yeah.
All of it, except for that one. So shout outs to you, Drew, for finally
shout out to Drew for getting our
hitting
girls.
the Lyft button and accepting our request. Cause craziness.
Yeah.
What about you, sis? What can you wrap your head around?
Mine is. Where are the black people in that? Where do the black people party at in
Where
Nashville?
are the hood niggas at?
We need to know, okay? Because we went to Broadway. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. The club that we finally ended up, we did have a good time.
That was a good time.
That was a good time. It was like a country.
I feel like we got there. It was like we got our judge. We was like, all right.
Yeah. We're like, this is it.
Yeah.
This is as good as we're gonna get. We're gonna make a great time out of it.
Facts.
And we did.
We did.
And we did. But where do the black people party at?
Yeah.
Where y'all at?
Where y'all at?
That's my thing right now. Like, where are they at?
Especially because there are 2 HBCUs in Nashville.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So I really would love to know if anybody from Fisk University, Tennessee State University, not saying we want to party with the 21-year-olds,
No.
but like, where do the alumni go for homecoming?
Maybe they just all stay on campus.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
hard.
our homecomings are different than most people's homecomings.
For sure. It's literally the
so maybe
greatest
they
in the
just
world.
all like stay on campus. Tennessee State has a beautiful campus, by the way.
Tennessee State has a gorgeous campus. Fisk University could use some renovations, but we understand the historical context behind it.
For sure. Absolutely.
So made sure that we did a little tour of those 2 historical sites while we were there.
Yeah.
It was great.
She loved it.
You had a good time.
I did have a good time. I had a good time. I don't know where a lot of the schools are, so you know, she was like, "Are we gonna go to Fisk?" And then we were like, "Oh, well, how far is Tennessee State?" And we were like, "It's 4 minutes." And we were like, "Okay."
They was real bad at me. Like the lady that told was like 4 minutes. Simone was like, "Shut the."
I actually wasn't mad at it. I'm like, I don't mind seeing the HBCU. You know,
beautiful.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was dope. Yeah.
And we're gonna go to next time we go to Tennessee. We're gonna go to Memphis.
Curbing on curbing.
Yeah, I think that's maybe go hang out with the Grizzlies.
I'm trying to see the community.
The what?
The community.
All right.
I want to see what's up with the black community over
Facts.
there.
I do.
You know?
I do.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But good times. Good times indeed.
Yes. Ciao.
Woo. Now,
Ciao.
time for not so good times.
Mm-hmm.
Where do we want to start?
Maybe we start with local politics.
Okay.
Okay. So it seems like our Lieutenant Governor, Mark Robinson, just came out of thin air and was like, oh, shoot, I'm actually running for governor. Because now he's talking all his junk on social media. He's been doing a lot of campaign visits and all the stuff. He was in Charlotte last week and all these things like that. And it seems like he's trying to clean up his act because he really does realize that he has no shot of being governor. But I think the damage is done. So he's been going in on our Attorney General, Josh Stein, who is our Democratic gubernatorial candidates. And it's been very, very interesting, the back and forth between the two. So Uh,
God.
very, very interesting. Hold on, where is it? Okay, so here we go. So, it looks like. Hold on one second. I'm making sure I have the right one. Okay, so all this started earlier today. So Kentucky's governor Andy Beshear, remember he was on the short list of VP candidates. He's actually going to be campaigning with Stein at this spot called Forest Hall at Chatham Mills in Pittsburgh. I'm not sure exactly what county that is.
Pittsburgh is North Carolina?
Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm.
Why is Andy Beshear? Okay, anyway, go ahead.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, okay.
Good question. So the Robinson campaign decided to make a statement because of that. That kind of really triggered him. So this is the statement.
Jesus Christ.
According to news reports, the extreme liberal Democrat governor of Kentucky, Andy Beshear, will campaign with fellow far-left career politician Josh Stein in North Carolina. Beshear called for a member of Senator and vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance's family to become pregnant due to rape.
That doesn't sound...
It doesn't even make... That sentence doesn't sound right.
No, at all.
So the Mark Robinson for Governor campaign denounced the appearance with a statement below. I want to go back before I read this.
Okay.
But Robinson is accusing Beshear of calling for a member of J.D. Vance's family to become pregnant due to rape. I don't understand, but anyway.
No.
This is the statement. Andy Beshear disgustingly called for a member of Senator Vance's family to become pregnant due to rape. We denounce Beshear and his loathsome comments in the strongest possible terms and condemn far-left radical Josh Stein from campaigning with him and supporting these heinous remarks. Josh Stein's campaign appearance with Beshear shows what a vile and shameless campaign they are running.
Okay, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like maybe Andy Beshear probably said on something like, oh, I'm assuming that maybe Andy Beshear said something along the lines of like, oh, if abortions don't matter, then maybe one of JD Vance's families can get pregnant by rape, and then we'll see how he feels about abortions later. Maybe that was a rebuttal of some sort.
Yeah.
That's just something that JD Vance had said, but that just off rip, like just saying that out of nowhere, out the blue, like a Republican.
And this is coming from the man that said that women get pregnant because they're not responsible enough to keep their skirt down.
Yeah, that's
This
him.
is the same man that's blaming women for rape.
Yes.
This is the same man saying that some people need killing. He said it at a church. So after that, Mark Robinson put out this little video of him.
Jesus Christ.
Here we go.
Well, Josh Stein, you like to misconstrue my Facebook posts on television. You like to lie about the wonderful daycare center that my wife and I ran, one of the proudest moments of our life. But will you debate me on television? I suspect that you will not. Why? Because me and you on television will show the stark differences between Mark Robinson and Josh Stein, and you know that I'll come out on top. I've already agreed to the Spectrum debate. I've already given them multiple dates. You have not answered, and the reason you have not answered is because you don't want the people of North Carolina to see exactly how weak, cowardly, and quite frankly, what a liar you actually are. So I'm challenging you to a debate right now, Josh Stein. Come on down, let's do this mano a mano, and let's get it done.
So Josh Stein said, this is really funny. Josh Stein responded and said, Mark Robinson has spent his entire public life spewing hate, lying about his record, and spreading dangerous and false conspiracy theories. A debate would only serve to legitimize him and provide a platform for his vile and dangerous rhetoric, and we won't be a part of that.
I highly agree. I highly agree with Josh Stein. There is nothing worth wasting for Josh to waste his time dealing with that shit. I highly agree. I wouldn't even give him the time of day.
Yeah.
No, you can't even breathe the same air as me, ho.
I think I agree too. At first I was kind of like, I mean, why not put him to shame? Like literally just put the nail in the coffin. Mm-hmm. But I think from what I guess I'm understanding where Josh is coming from. It's like, look, while you were out here online talking about women and you're touring at churches, talking about killing people and how you would be free in 1776, I was out here making sure that I was out here making
Shit.
sure
I am tired
that
of this shit.
the sex log, the sex crimes log is taken care of. Not only taken care of, but making sure that the assailants are actually put in jail, regardless of how long ago they did their crime. I was out here campaigning. I'm out sure making sure that police are doing what needs to be done. You out here talking about whatever it is you talking about, and we got 6 weeks left.
I'm so tired of his shit. I'm tired of him.
Yeah.
And I also feel like having him, like giving him a platform like that will only make it an open door to like the memification of him.
I agree.
Which is something we have to be careful about, because that's, I think, how Trump got elected also. Is because, and even still, like, people are like showing videos of him. Oh, he's so funny. Like,
it's not funny.
There's nothing about him funny.
Ain't shit funny about him. Nothing.
I just, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I completely agree with Josh Stein. Like, fuck that guy.
Like,
fuck that guy.
Yeah, it was funny kind of going back and forth. Like, this whole, I'm really curious about this Andy Bashir thing. I kind of want to, like,
yeah, I'm like, why?
Go back and find what he may have said about JD Vance, but
I'm willing to put money on it that he responded to something that Vance said about abortions or rape or something like that.
I agree.
I would put money on it.
Yeah, it just
yes.
And this coming from you, Mark Robinson. Listen,
shocker.
I found out that he was actually going to be up the street from my apartment the day that we were traveling to Tennessee, and he's lucky.
Not he's lucky.
He is. I would have pulled up. Like, how dare you?
He makes me so sick.
How dare you? You are disgusting.
He makes me so sick.
Well, what else is making us sick is laws that are causing Black women and women, period, to die because of lack of health care. So, a woman in Georgia died because she was not able to get an abortion that would treat a life-threatening situation that she was dealing with.
You said this is in Georgia, right?
This was in Georgia. That's crazy. Yeah. All right. So, Amber Nicole Thurman drove to a North Carolina clinic to have an abortion. She could not get one in her home state of Georgia because she was 6 weeks pregnant. And Georgia had enacted a ban forbidding abortion after 6 weeks following the 2022 overturn of Roe v. Wade. Okay? The clinic gave her the pregnancy-ending pills
mifepristone and misoprostol.
You're good.
Prostol.
When she took back home. A few days later, Thurman had a rare complication where she didn't expel all the fetal tissue, which was the first, okay, that's just according to ProRepublica. When tissue remains in the uterus, it can cause infection, which can damage your reproductive organs or even cause dangerous complications like sepsis when left untreated. Thurman, who was a medical assistant and mom to a 6-year-old boy, began bleeding heavily, struggling with pain, and eventually lost consciousness at home. Okay. But due to Georgia's stringent anti-abortion laws, and eventually lost consciousness at home, and it led her to seek treatment by a Piedmont Henry Hospital in Stockbridge, Georgia. But due to their stringent anti-abortion laws, doctors didn't proceed with a dilation and curtilage, not commonly known as a DNC. As the Mayo Clinic explains, DNC is a procedure to remove tissue from inside your uterus. Healthcare professionals perform dilation and curettage to diagnose and treat certain uterine conditions such as heavy bleeding, or to clear the uterine lining after an abortion or miscarriage. An official state committee reported that doctors waited for 20 hours to operate while they monitored her infection, during which time her blood pressure dropped and her organs failed.
Oh, my God.
She died in August 2022, but a state investigation found that her death was preventable.
You're damn right it was.
And this is the first known case of a preventable case linked to abortion. According to Georgia law, no abortion shall be performed if the unborn child has a detectable human heartbeat, except A, in the event of a medical emergency or medically futile pregnancy. In the state, medical emergency is defined as a condition in which an abortion is necessary in order to prevent the death of the pregnant woman or the substantial and irreversible physical impairment of a major bodily function of a pregnant woman. No such greater risk shall be deemed to exist if the pregnant woman will purposefully engage in conduct when she intends to result in her death or in substantial or irreversible physical impairment of a major bodily function.
This was a black woman?
Mm-hmm.
It's not lost upon me that she's the first.
Right.
You know?
Right.
That is very, very telling that the first woman documented for this is a black woman.
It is, really.
And that's really strange to me.
Is it? For real?
Strange in the sense of like, the baby was already dead.
Right. 6 weeks.
So what even a baby? It was okay. This is what we talk about when we're like, hey, y'all, like, and then furthermore, because obviously the investigation proved, which I mean, I didn't need that to know
that part
that it was that this was preventable.
Yeah.
But doctors chose, hey, I can't do this because of these laws, and so imagine if she had known, like, hey, no, this is actually goes in code with what is legal here in the state. So I need you to go in there and get the tissue out.
I feel like, abortion aside, if a patient comes into the hospital with a severe medical issue, like, I don't care what's in my uterus. If I'm having an issue where I lost consciousness at home, that's how much pain I'm in, I shouldn't have to wait. I shouldn't have to fill out paperwork and be like, are you pregnant? And have to be like, if I say yes, is this going to prolong thing?
Right.
That's insane to me. She has heavy bleeding. She's in pain, everything like that. And you're kind of like, yeah, but it's going to look like an abortion.
But it's already, the part that needed to be done was already done. You had already taken the 2 pills.
Correct.
So it was literally just tissue that needed to be taken out of the...
That's it.
And that's crazy to me. I just feel... And now I feel like the doctors need to be investigated. Because that feels like racial discrimination. Damn, we back to this shit again, huh? Damn it. Back to hitting her elbow and stuff.
Shit.
It's giving me, sis, racial discrimination. I'm not even gonna lie to you, dog.
No.
Because I feel like if it had been a white woman, I think we would be on the other side of this. Like, will these doctors be held responsible for removing a 6-week-old, uterine shedding? Like, I don't know. Instead of it being where, it was preventable. Like, no shit.
Yeah, right.
So
right,
you know what I'm saying?
That should be. That's not even the whole issue. Like,
it's really, I don't know, man. This is it's sick and insidious shit.
It is.
It's really weird.
And now this 8-year-old boy has to grow up without a mom.
That's horrible.
Because y'all don't do your fucking jobs. Like, but this is like, and this is exactly why Trump is praising his decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, just like he said at these debates, like, it's up to the states and we gave it to the states. That's nothing to be proud of. Look at so women are going to have to die. First of all, it's the fact that she had to travel all the way to North Carolina just to get pills. Just to get pills. Just to go back to her home state and die.
Yep.
And I feel like, I'm putting my lawyer hat on, I feel like that's what, if this case gets to the Supreme Court, it wouldn't shock me if it does. I feel like that's going to be I feel like this case is going to touch on numerous different things. I think it is going to touch on racial discrimination in healthcare, medical negligence, and I don't know if Georgia has laws that, like, if a woman travels out of state. But then I also feel like this is going to be an attack. They're going to spin this some way to attack the pills. Somehow, some way, this is going to be the pharmaceuticals' fault. Well, what's going on with these pills that it didn't perform its full, you know what I'm saying?
That's wild.
I
sis.
do-
But I mean, I see what you're saying.
I really do feel like somehow, some way, they're going to try to blame this on her. And it's crazy because, hold on, I just saw a comment. So this is reporting from People Magazine, and they allow comments,
They sure do. Oh my God.
which is interesting. But this says the comments are subject to our community guidelines. So it said this woman died from, and they put it in asterisks, from an abortion, a failed one. She took pills to end a pregnancy, resulting in the infection. So basically, this is her fault. If she didn't seek out an abortion, she wouldn't have died from this infection. People are unshamedly showing their bias, and then go say, R.I.P. Miss Thurman.
That's crazy.
So because she wanted, we don't know, and I feel like what was the reason for her abortion? She's not here to tell her story.
And I feel like sometimes it literally is fuck them kids.
Yeah.
People think, it don't have to be no heavy life shit.
No,
it's
deadass.
literally, fuck them kids.
I didn't want another kid.
Yo, fuck them kids.
I got one.
That's my reason. Fuck them kids.
Right. I didn't want another kid.
Right. In this economy,
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
I would drive across state lines to get an abortion too.
It doesn't matter if they were raped, incest, or they
Yeah.
just had a one night stand. It doesn't matter, Mark Robinson. It's the fact that it's my body, my choice. And if I don't feel like bringing another child into this world, I'm going to take it out.
Period.
Just like our mamas tell us all the time.
Period.
So, rest in peace to this woman,
I hate this.
Amber Thurman. You did not deserve this.
At all.
And I really do hope that her family and advocates, let's say, like there's a abortion rights group. It's called Reproductive Freedom for All. She was saying we actually had, and this is from the president, I cannot pronounce her last name, Minnie T. We actually had the substantiated proof of something we already know, that abortion bans kill people. It cannot go on. So
investigate those doctors. They're racist.
yeah, investigate in that hospital. I mean, because you're talking, okay, so Roe v. Wade was overturned in June of 2022. She died in August 2022.
God
So do not tell me that Governor Brian Kemp already had the papers ready, signed, implemented when this happened. God damn it, I want to go to law school. Because I just feel like there's something missing here.
Yeah.
There's something missing here.
Yeah.
Within 2 months, she was only 6 weeks. She was only 6 weeks pregnant. Oh no.
Damn.
Yeah, no. Something is off.
Hella sus.
Something is off. I don't
Very
like it.
suspicious.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
That's terrible.
I don't like it at all. Also don't like that we have to hear about somebody else failing. Never mind. We also got to hear that somebody allegedly tried to kill Donald Trump again. I was going to say something, but I'm not going to.
I just got what you. It took me a second, but I got it.
Yeah, I didn't. I was going to, but I'm not going to. That's not right.
It took me a second.
Yeah.
Listen, girl, I ain't got time for the FBI and the CEA coming on. And
that's why I said.
Okay, pull it together.
That's why I tightened up.
You can, think it all you want
I
to.
tightened up. That's why I tightened up.
Think it all you want to. Just keep it up there.
Well, somebody allegedly tried to assassinate Donald Trump once again.
I don't believe it.
I don't either. And at this point, as soon as he realized that he doesn't have a campaign anymore, all of a sudden somebody pops up and tries to kill him. Like, enough.
I don't believe it.
Well, so what happened was a man in Florida had a shotgun and put it through the fence of Trump International Golf Club in Florida. It was 400 to 500 yards away from Donald Trump while he was on hole 6 of a golf game, around a golf, and allegedly, but from the FBI saying, the FBI said that, like, the guy never even shot his gun. So I'm like, is it an assassination attempt or not? Because if there was no weapon formed against him. Okay, like it wasn't an assassination attempt.
First of all, this got to be the only president with this many assassination attempts.
Girl.
Like, I just don't believe any of this. This all seems fraudulent to me. I believe he's setting these up.
For sure.
I don't believe any of that. I don't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe it. Because shoot or shoot. Ask John Wilkes Booth.
God damn it.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And that dude that killed the what's
JFK?
JFK.
Martin Luther King.
Listen.
Okay.
Malcolm
400
X.
to 500 yards away.
Yes.
That's not that far.
Shoot or shoot.
But I also feel like, and I know Joe Biden was like, we need more help with the Secret Service. Like, okay, and he's right.
Oh, they having like employee issues?
Yeah, so that was the issue. That was the first time when the first assassination attempt. That's why they got that the Secret Service directive out of there. Because they're short-staffed, all that stuff like that. Me, personally, this is how I feel about Secret Service. And, Donald Trump, obviously, he's a candidate right now, so that's one thing. Mm-hmm. But I don't understand why people, like, Obama still got Secret Service protection.
Oh, he needs it.
Does he?
Sherelle.
Okay, hear me out. I think there should be a time limit. That's just me. Like, after a while, and this is for Bill Clinton or Barack Obama, all of them. Like, you've been out of office for 30 years. Why do you still need protection?
That is still a former president of the United States. That's someone who was running the free country.
So Jimmy Carter in hostage right now got Secret Service outside his door?
Because it might be some nigga from back in the day who was like, I still got it for Jimmy. If he's alive, I'm going to give it to him.
Then they would have gave it to him already. This is what I'm saying. Saying.
I don't know if I don't agree with that.
I don't know if we need Secret Service walking around protecting you. Secret Service got to protect all of the congressmen, the senators. Now I got to protect Bill Clinton, who been gone for 30 years too.
Sis, you really expect, especially Barack and Michelle and all them, you really expect them to walk out into public with no security at all when they have sent millions of people to war?
I'm not saying it got to be Secret Service. You can get security.
Who's it going to be? Top flight?
I don't know. Sis,
you're bugging right. No way.
I just feel like after a while, like
way.
Okay.
Who should be looking after them? Because they can't not have security. Sis.
Like I said, they can have security, but it don't gotta be secret security. Because first of all, ain't no secret about it. We know these niggas is watching you.
I'm just trying to
because
understand.
Secret Service is not low at all. Like, okay,
No.
If you ever seen Secret Service, them niggas. Listen, Hillary Clinton came to my church and I couldn't even get in the parking lot. They was like, excuse me. What do you? I said, what's going on?
Right.
I here for church. Oh, well, former First Lady Hillary Clinton's inside. I was like, oh, okay. Pop your trunk. Like, goddamn.
Damn. But listen, sis, I don't know.
I'm late because I gotta be. Didn't nobody tell her to come here?
Sis, I can't disagree with you more, dog. I'm just saying, who would look after him then?
I don't have
you want him to have a regular, like, you want him to get like a Julius?
Has Beyonce ever been shot at?
Beyonce also hasn't sent anybody to war. Knowingly.
Thank you. Beyonce ain't never been shot at. Rihanna ain't never had no issues. Jay-Z ain't never had no issues.
That's because they got security.
But Donald Trump keep getting shot at.
But they also, I don't know. Listen, maybe people also, some of those Secret Service niggas might be like, I don't want to work for this guy.
And I totally understand because I couldn't do it. I'd be like, you want me to? I gotta be at these rallies.
I will be sitting in my This is my resignation.
Well,
I'll spend the block on the next president.
That's just me. That's just how I feel. But clearly they're not doing their job because this is the second alleged attempt. Somebody got on Trump's property with a gun in Florida.
I don't believe it. That nigga is setting these up, dog.
I do. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think this is all a setup. As soon as you do a piss poor performance at a debate, you realize that Kamala is whooping your ass. All of a sudden, let me get the people. Oh, your vice president is putting the Haitian community in Springfield, Ohio at risk.
Oh my God, yes.
So now
all the hate crimes going on there.
let me try to spin this and get the attention off. Like, no.
Yeah. No.
Well, my only issue with Donald Trump, I have many issues with him.
I'm like, only?
But in this situation, is he's actually blaming Kamala Harris and Joe Biden for this situation. And I quote, okay, hold on, where is it? So this is like, he starts off okay, and then he goes on a tangent. So he thanked everybody for their concern, blah, 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 blah. He thanked the U.S. Secret Service, cool. Then he goes, the rhetoric lies. I don't even know how this thing.
This is Trump?
This is Donald Trump tweeting and going in. The rhetoric lies as exemplified by the false statements made by Comrade Kamala Harris during the rigged and highly partisan ABC debate and all of the ridiculous lawsuits specifically designed to inflict damage on Joe's, then Kamala's, political opponent, me, in all caps, has taken politics in our country to a whole new level of hatred, abuse, and distrust.
I know you fucking lying.
Because of this communist left rhetoric, the bullets are flying, and it will only get worse. This is what Kamala was talking about at the debate. Like, we talking about an assassination attempt on your life, and you bringing in immigrants. Allowing millions of people from places unknown to invade and take over our country is an unpardonable sin. Our borders this is all in caps now. Our borders must be closed and the terrorists, criminals, and mentally insane immediately removed from American cities and towns, deported back to their countries of origin. We want people to come into our country and they must love our nation and come in legally through a system of merit. The world is laughing at us as fools. They are stealing our jobs and our wealth. We cannot make them laugh any longer. Make America great again. What you do notice that the two people that tried to assassinate you are both white.
Yeah. So he wants to close the borders to keep all the crazy people inside.
That's what it's giving.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Because I don't understand what an assassination attempt on your life has to do with immigrants.
At all.
It has nothing to do. And for you to be blaming Kamala,
This is so bizarre.
you're blaming Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, who not one, but both of them
This is so bizarre.
initiated, express concern for your well-being publicly. I couldn't do it. I do it in private. I'm not doing it in public.
I've been like, damn.
But, even Joe Biden called him. President Biden.
Wow.
Yeah, President Biden. So he did. This is what I'm saying. He admitted to Joe Biden being, and I quote, he couldn't have been more nicer. And I know this because I wrote about it earlier. Quoted that Joe Biden called me, asked me, do I need more detail? Are you okay? Then you get on Twitter. You get on Twitter, and after letting everybody know I'm good, I'm cool, then you start calling them. You call Kamala Harris a comrade. The ABC debate was rigged.
If that ain't a two-faced bitch I've ever seen, I don't know what is.
It's all he does is talk about. In 2 days prior, as president, I will immediately end the migrant invasion of America. We will stop all migrant flights and all illegal entries. Terminate the Kamala.
What the fuck is a migrant flight?
I don't know. Terminate the Kamala phone app for smuggling illegals.
What?
Yes, girl. All this is Kamala's fault. This is all Kamala Harris's fault.
Meanwhile, she ain't never been president before.
Can we cut?
Cut.
There's nothing else.
She ain't never even been president before.
Never been president. She is vice president. She was a senator. You, on the other hand.
He gets on my nerves. But he also tweeted on, I hate Taylor Swift in all caps.
Oh my gosh.
And that sent the girlies in a tizzy. Somebody put something in there. I think maybe it was Barack Obama put somebody made a post. Anyway, 500,000 people have now registered to vote.
That's beautiful.
Because of that. And Brittany,
because he said he hates Taylor Swift.
Yes. Brittany Mahomes is like second guessing her
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
She's now second guessing her support for Donald Trump because she's a Swiftie.
Girl, bye. You ain't want to lose Taylor Swift in your corner. That's what this is about. Let's keep it a buck. Because Taylor was like, Okay. You didn't want to lose her friendship because I don't care what y'all say about Taylor Swift. You got Beyonce and then you got Taylor Swift. Those two names hold power. I'm sorry.
While I love that 500,000, or maybe I think it was like 430,000. So I'm like,
Sure.
You know what it is, exaggerating or rounding up.
Stretching it.
I just can't imagine 400,000, 500,000 people signing up just because someone said that they hated me. Like, that's crazy. Like, you weren't already registered to vote?
Speaking of which, September 17th is National Voter Registration Day. Mm-hmm. So please make sure that you are registered to vote.
Yeah.
We cannot give you enough links. Ballotpedia.org, iwillvote.com. There's so many resources out there to just make sure that you are registered to vote.
Vote.org has been around forever.
Yeah, it's literally
Yep. Yeah.
Literally eight characters.
Yep.
Vote.org.
Vote.org.
Please make sure that you are registered to vote so you're not out here being upset that Taylor Swift. This is insane. This is really insane. I don't understand, but did you want to talk about your favorite Brit people?
Those your boys.
I just like Farad.
Well, I like James, but clearly they don't like black women. Does it even matter?
Damn.
So everybody's favorite podcast, Shits and Gigs. Is it Shits and Gigs or Shits and Giggles?
Shits and Gigs.
Shits and Gigs. They went on
Andrew Schultz.
Andrew fucking Schultz podcast.
I'm about to try to find it. Yeah.
They didn't stand up for black women, and then there have been like 1,000,001 think pieces about this.
Mm-hmm.
But Andrew Schultz, per usual, said some racist shit while donning a Hitler mustache. And they just, oh, that's crazy, bruv. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Type of shit. Is that the video?
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, it looks like. So, but it looks like, oh yeah, they were on his show.
Yeah, they were on his show.
Okay, here we go.
What is the black girlfriend effect?
This you meant to know about this? Glow up the other culture.
Yeah, so you'll see a guy who's had a black girlfriend. All of a sudden, he's got buzz cut, like clean shape up.
Glows up, bro.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that.
They shave their hair because they start losing it. Because they're so stressed being around this black girl complaining about shit all the fucking time. That's why they gotta shave their hair.
Nah, bro. White guys with black girlfriends, they
grow a beard because there's more cushion when they get slapped the fuck out of.
That's hilarious.
I think the black girlfriend effect. It might be a protective instinct, bro.
You think?
Protective.
Yeah. Do you guys have you ever had black girlfriends?
Yeah.
Have you ever had white girls?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. What's your favorite?
We love them all.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
We love them all.
Yeah.
That means white.
Who gets
that means white.
Hey, let me get a US translation. Kendrick fans, got him! We love them all.
That's royal English.
What is the black girlfriend effect?
This is the first time I'm actually watching that.
Oh, really?
That was the first time I actually, because I don't. Okay, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't bang with Andrew Schultz. I try not to. Anytime that he comes across my timeline.
Mm-hmm. How did that make you feel?
I wasn't annoyed. I feel like people, from what I'm seeing, in my opinion, I think people are missing the narrative. It, like, the question didn't bother me at all. Mm-hmm. It was Andrew Schultz complaining about something that he may not have even experienced.
Oh, for sure.
And you're talking about black women as if, and I don't know if he's experienced this or not. I don't know if he's had a black girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Maybe it is from a trauma. Maybe he did have a toxic woman in his life at a time. But like, I feel like when it comes to Farad and James in this situation,
that man's name is Fuhad.
Is it Fuhad?
Yeah.
We just be calling him Farad?
Who's we?
So it's me. Fuhad?
Yeah, Fuhad.
Damn. I've just been chopping and screwing this man's name. Fuhad and James. I feel like two things.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like one, this was lack of preparation on their part.
Ooh,
And I don't know how many times that I have to say this, Sierra has to say it. When you are a media personality and you are called to go in an interview, you need to make sure, or vice versa, do your research. I don't think that Fuhad and James knew what they were stepping into with Andrew Schultz. I really don't think that I think that they heard the name, they know the premise, they know that he's a comedian
that's loose.
I mean, like, okay, is water, loose as hell.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe they were taken a little back by it, because you can tell. I was looking at James' face in particular when he started talking about, they're slapped and all that stuff like that. He was trying to kind of like, okay, let's move this along. You can tell. And I think, and even when he asked the question, his face was kind of like, oh, shit. And I feel like Fuhad kind of caught on it, was like, oh, we love them both. Like, hopefully this will dead this situation.
Right.
So I'm not defending them, because the girlies have been, they're disgusted.
Cooked. They been cooking them niggas.
Okay, well done.
All weekend.
I'm not defending them.
Yeah.
But and I'm not gonna say I understand.
So I'll tell you this: they released an apology, and the people aren't impressed by the apology either, girl. But they did say that they were like taken aback, and like they were like their fight or flight senses kind of like picked in, and they didn't. I guess it was flight more than fight.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying, sis. I've like I said, I've been seeing all the takes, and it's black women are really hurt by this, because that's their main fan base is black women.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and two things can be true at once. One, Andrew Schultz is a baiter.
Very much so.
Right? So I don't know if they knew that or not, but he's gonna bait you into say some shit.
Correct.
Or whatever, right? But it's like, I don't know, dog. I can't say I'm disappointed, because I never watched the show, or I never listened to it. I just thought the light skinned one was cute.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't like, I didn't pour any time, energy, or money into the podcast.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I don't really,
Yeah.
But it's like, I get why the women who were entertaining that show would be so upset. It's like, we come to your shows, we was all in the front screaming while
sure was.
Zaddy,
all that stuff like that.
shit like that. Like, so
I feel, my thing is like, I just want this same heat for Andrew Schultz.
Oh,
too.
for sure.
This is where, like, it's almost like, who said, not Kamala Harris, she didn't say it. Somebody said it. Like, was it Hillary Clinton? Yeah, I think it was Hillary Clinton. Shout out to Hillary Clinton. Where is all this hoopla for the shit that Donald Trump says? You know what I'm saying? So it's the same. Like, we're attacking Fuhad and James, but we're not giving the same smoke to Andrew Schultz. Like, all the think pieces that I have seen, and to your point, so that's why this is the first time I'm actually seeing this and listening to it, because I see them on TikTok.
Yeah.
People compare them to Sierra and I, like, with their relationship and the way that they communicate with each other. But that's really where it stops and ends for me. But so to see it now, I'm kind of like, all right.
Like, damn.
I can kind of get a sense that they were like, oh, shit.
Right.
Either A, maybe we shouldn't have agreed to this.
Hello.
You get what I'm saying? And
yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't have agreed to this. Or two, we should have stopped it before. So as soon as he started saying something about black women, that was their opportunity to be like, hey, look, bruv.
Dead that.
Hey, bruv.
And I've been thinking about, like, what if that happened to, like, the reverse of us? First of all, we would never be on Andrew Schultz's podcast.
Ever!
I don't want to be invited. And I don't care if y'all think we're a little small podcast, whatever. That's fine. Not interested. But I'm like, what if someone tried to bait us and was like, oh, black men, they aggressive, right? I'm like, well, I don't, would I be like, yo, you're fucking wildin'?
Yeah.
And I think I would be.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean.
Yeah, especially like if we're not talking to a black man.
Right. If I'm talking to a white lady and she's like, black men are just so aggressive.
Like if Matt Rife, if he was on our show and he started talking about black men, I'd be like, hey, yo, not too much. Like, you're cute, but settle down. So, you don't think he's cute?
No, I find him actually quite annoying.
Wow.
It sounds, yeah.
You know what? That's valid.
Yeah.
That's valid.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not saying, and for the ladies, I'm not saying to ease up on.
Oh, they're not gonna do that anyway. They're not gonna. That, like I said, they are very like, I'm not fucking with it. They're not even like. They don't even like the apology. God damn. Like, they're done. And I can't even be mad at them for that. Like I said, if I had put my money and time and energy into it, I probably would feel away too.
Do your research, y'all, before y'all agree to go on these shows, whatever. I mean, I've been in situations where I have had to interview somebody and I can tell that they haven't done their research, and I've been in situations where I have not done my research. So it's like, damn, I should have went a little bit more in, before I started doing this. Like, but damn, it is what it is. Well, we'll tell you what really is what it is. Oh my God, last but certainly not freaking least. Oh my God. Diddy is going to prison.
You're not going to jail. You're going to prison.
You're going to prison. All right? So, hold on. I have
Where did we even start with this?
I don't know.
So, okay, what? Like, was it earlier last week, Don Richard?
Is that how she says her name?
I think so. I could be wrong. Don't get me lying.
Oh.
Her she filed a lawsuit against Diddy. I think that was like seven pages long. Of, the things that she experienced, and of course, not good stuff. I have not read it. And then today, sis been texting me the updates all day about everything. So she's gonna be our resident person for this time. Go ahead, girl. Yeah.
So Diddy was arrested September 16th. He was arrested over some charges that were filed by the Attorney General of the Southern District of New York, right? Several charges that he is facing. Hold on, let me pull up the indictment.
It's bad. Bro.
Okay.
Was it like sex trafficking?
It's a lot. Mm-hmm. Count 1, racketeering conspiracy. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hold on. Where's count 2?
Something like that sound. Count 1, guilty.
Count 2, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or corrosion. Count 3, transportation to engage in prostitution. Forfeiture?
Huh?
Forfeiture allegations? I'm not exactly sure what that one is.
Oh, forfeiture.
Forfeiture.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a 14-page indictment. I read up to that page, might be like 9 or 10. Mm-hmm. Long story short, he's going away for a very long time. Very long time. When this goes to trial and if he is charged with all these things. Diddy is being charged with some egregious, heinous crimes, all types of abuse in every single form, mental, physical, sexual, everything. Engaging in prostitution, intimidation, all types of things. Basically, in my opinion, this case is just the nail in the coffin of Cassie's case. Mm. Everything that we saw in that indictment, this is just gonna get everybody else involved.
Yeah.
Before it was just Diddy. Now with this stuff, because it's not naming names, but it's basically saying like the people that were working with him, housemaids, all types of shit. Everybody's going to have to answer questions. They were talking about his freak. This indictment is more so for his freak offs. Okay, the freak offs is something that allegedly Diddy would engage with in hotels across the country, at his home, where he would have members of his, they call it Combs Enterprises. It's so many different company names there. They have him as Sean Combs, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Diddy, PD, and Love. 8 different people. He, like, people of his staff would make sure that women, sometimes paid prostitutes would come out to engage in sex acts, both male and female, to the point where, and in the morning, he would provide them with IV hydration.
Wouldn't they be performing like sexual acts for like days?
For days.
They would be so exhausted.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what this indictment literally says. They would be so exhausted, but Diddy would make sure that they had IV hydration so that they can get all the drugs out of their system because they were drugged. And like, imagine just having sex constantly over and over and over again, whether you want to or not. Okay.
So his defense did try to put a proposed package for his bail. Y'all need to hear this. So the defense proposes the following bail package: a $50 million bond, co-signed by Sean Combs, his mother, his sister, the mother of his oldest daughter, and his 3 adult sons, secured by the equity in Mr. Combs' residence located at 2 West Star Island in Miami, Florida, which includes the appraised value of the home is about $48 million. Damn. The home is unencumbered. In anticipation of this bail hearing on August 20th, 2024, Mr. Combs paid off the remaining mortgage of about $18 million so that the home could be used to secure a bond and be free of a mortgage. D, secured by the equity of Mr. Combs' mother's home located at 450 Alton Road in Miami, Florida. So not only is his home up for it, but his mom's home as well. E, Mr. Combs' travel will be restricted to the Southern District of Florida and the Southern District of New York to attend court, meet with his counsel, and attend medical appointments, which we will address to the court in a separate sealed submission, as well as the Eastern District of New York or the District of New Jersey, only to the extent that his travel to and from New York involves an airport in those districts. F, Mr. Combs' passport was surrendered to his counsel on April 1st, 2024. His counsel advised the prosecutors of this fact in an email dated the same day. Counsel will provide the passports to pretrial services. And then lastly, the passports of the following family members who have already surrendered their passports to counsel after the raids on Mr. Combs' homes: Janice Combs, Shanice Combs, Jesse Combs, Delilah Combs, and Love Combs.
What about Justin and
it doesn't
Christian
say,
and Quincy?
It doesn't say.
Well, Quincy ain't his kid.
Quincy been telling everybody that I'll be sure is his father lately, which he can't deny that. But
this shit is bad. I want to read this. This is crazy. Okay, I'm gonna just read this one.
Yeah.
Combs and other members and associates of the Combs enterprise wielded the power and prestige of Combs' role at the Combs business to intimidate, threaten, and lure female victims into Combs' orbit, often under the pretense of a romantic relationship. Combs then used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sex acts with male commercial sex workers that Combs referred to as, among other things, freak-offs. Freak-offs were elaborate and performed sex performances that Combs arranged, directed, masturbated during, and even electronically recorded. In arranging these freak-offs, Combs, with the assistance of members and associates of the Combs enterprise, transported and caused to be transported commercial sex workers across state lines and internationally. Freak-offs occurred regularly, sometimes lasted multiple days, and often involved multiple commercial sex workers. During freak-offs, Combs distributed a variety of controlled substances to victims, in part to keep the victims' obedience and compliance. Sometimes unbeknownst to the victims, Combs kept videos he filmed of victims engaging in sex acts with commercial sex workers. After freak-offs, Combs and the victims typically received IV fluids to recover from the physical exertion and drug use. Members and associates, including high-ranking supervisors, security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and other Combs business employees, facilitated the freak-offs by, among other things, booking hotel rooms for the freak-offs, stocking the hotel rooms in advance with the required freak-off supplies, including controlled substances, baby oil, lubricant, extra linens and lighting, cleaning the hotel rooms after the freak-offs to try to mitigate room damage, arranging for travel for victims, commercial sex workers, and Combs to and from freak-offs, resupplying him with requested supplies, delivering large sums of cash to Combs to pay the commercial sex workers, and scheduling the delivery of IV fluids. In or about March 2024, during searches of his residence in Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles, law enforcement seized various freak-off supplies, including narcotics and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant.
That is sick. So, word on the street was that you said he was out and about in public and whatnot, and people thought that he was going to unalive himself, kill himself. My thought process was that he probably was more at flight risk than anything. He did not make bail or bond. Was it bail?
He did not make.
Even after all of that.
That judge said, "Hold on,
even after the two houses, his house, his mom's house, all the passports,
Hold on, because the judge actually, he was jailed by a judge after sex trafficking indictment. Let me see if okay. So he entered a not guilty plea. Combs told a court standing to speak after expressionlessly listening to the allegations with his uncuffed hands folded in his lap. After U.S. Magistrate Judge Robin declined to grant him bail, Combs took a long swig from a water bottle and then was led out to court, turning towards family members in the audience as he went. The assistant U.S. attorney, Emily Court, said, simply put, he's a serial abuser and a serial obstructor. She said, let's see. I'm sorry. Is this a judge? Yeah, it's just a lot. Apparently the law enforcement actually uncovered some of these tapes of these so they have like the tapes. They have the baby oil. They got it all. Like, there's nothing. Excuse me. The indictment against him lists allegations that go back to 2008. Yeah.
Oh, that nigga's guilty. He's not getting away with this shit.
It's not.
How do you feel about all of this?
Okay, here's how I feel. I get tired of hearing about people in power using their power not using their power for good. There is no reason why this happened.
No.
Why? Why? Like, and I'm going to use that term very loosely. The legacy of Sean P. Diddy Combs.
Yeah.
Everything that he has done in music and all the stuff some of the good that he's done, to be riddled into all this is like, I'm like, did we help fund this shit? We buying Ciroc? We buying all this? We've been funding this shit for decades.
Yeah, your money went to some of them thousands of baby oil.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? If I were to ask, why did you do that? What was this for? How much sex could you possibly have? If you want to be, here's my thing. If you want to be a freak, be a freak. You want to have sex until your dick fall off? Do what you got to do.
You know what somebody said? There's nothing wrong with being a freak, but you need to be a freak with consent.
Correct.
And that's not his vibe. Like, he wasn't asking.
And that's weird to me. Anybody that's like that. And I know that that's like what rape is all about. It's about power. But in this regard, it's like, nigga.
Yeah.
And then for this to be, honestly, it really, I'm going to say it like this. I'm glad Cassie's still here.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because everything in that indictment that we read that she filed,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that it was settled immediately
Mm-hmm.
in less than 48 hours,
Mm-hmm.
because she probably already knew that this was happening.
Mm-hmm.
She's not supposed to be here, bruh. And we saw what all she was trying to do was leave.
That's it.
And we saw that, and that was at a public hotel.
Yep.
It wasn't like that was, his bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
That was a public hotel.
Mm-hmm.
So if he did that in the hallway, and I know motherfuckers heard it,
Oh, for sure.
I can just
Unless they bought out the whole floor.
it could have been all them rooms had freak offs going off and been there.
Damn.
If you think, because that's all I was gonna say. Like, don't tell me you didn't hear. Regardless if you're at the Holiday Inn Express or the Plaza in Manhattan, I've been in hotels and I can hear,
Yeah,
and
for
I'm like,
sure.
all right, it's not that damn good.
Right.
All right, settle down. All that hollering.
Right.
But so I can just imagine what other people hear. It's like, oh shit, we heard Diddy here.
Right.
Now it's like, damn, I heard Diddy here. Actually, I don't want to stay here.
Right.
I don't want no parts.
Right.
This is just nasty work. And my fear, and I was telling sis before we started recording,
Mm-hmm.
it's not really a fear. I'm going to choose my words. I just know that the names that are going to, like, when this trial does happen,
Mm-hmm.
the names that are probably going to be dropped is going to be, I don't know if it's going to be a shocker, but I think it would be like,
It's gonna be some big names. Everybody, the biggest name right now that everybody's thinking is Jay-Z.
I don't
And
know why people
Beyonce.
think that. I don't. I was telling sis, like, because she asked me that. She said, you think Jay-Z, man? I was like, name one Rockefeller Bad Boy collaboration. Yeah, they've been at the Rock Nation brunch together. Okay. But have they done business together? I ain't never seen P. Diddy with a picture of Beyonce, ever.
I seen pictures with Diddy and Jay.
Yeah. That's where it starts and ends.
That picture where they were all at that table, all the rappers were at the table and all the wives were standing behind them. That's a picture.
Who in that picture? Cassie?
Cassie,
Jesus.
Jay-Z, and Beyonce.
Oh,
All of them and they light skinned or white wives. What? I'm not wrong.
No, you're not. How do you feel about it?
I'm embarrassed.
Mm.
I'm ashamed. And I'm saddened. I'm really sad. I'm
Yeah.
very sad about it. Like,
Yeah.
I think I'm just like, I can't imagine being in any of these situations and never saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear, and I said this on my Instagram today, I said, I don't want to hear, oh, it was a different time. I don't want to hear that.
What does that even mean?
That's not even a good excuse, dog.
Yeah, what does that mean?
It's never a different time. Doesn't mean it's always a good time. It's not a good time to rape anybody.
Right.
Let's be clear.
I don't understand what that has.
Daytime,
what that means.
nighttime.
All facts.
Daylight savings time.
Yeah. Like, no, for real.
On a plane when the flight jumps 4 hours. Like, it's never a good
Time
time
to do anything.
And so I'm just like, I'm ashamed and I'm embarrassed, and I'm like, I'm just like, I feel not only I'm angry at Diddy, but I'm also angry at the people who I don't even know, because why wouldn't you say something?
Yeah, why would you allow this? No, for
real.
Why would you allow? In the indictment, it mentions a bunch of his tactics of intimidation and things like that, and it says a lot of the people on his team didn't come forward because out of fear, like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose my job, or I'm going to be killed, things like that. And it's like, while I hear you,
Yeah.
you can't, any person with a conscience that knows that this type of abuse was happening, and then you continue to work for that person,
That's crazy.
it's just,
And my thing is, how are you sleeping at night?
no way. Especially if I was like one of his like house
Yo,
people
cleaning up and shit.
right.
I'm bringing these niggas water in between freak
In
offs.
between free calls, I'm seeing faces of people that I'm like,
you're in here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
I do.
I'm angry at Diddy. I'm angry at him for one, because he's so ingrained into our culture. He's so ingrained into hip hop, hip hop culture, and I'm upset about it.
Yeah.
Because I really do want to unsubscribe.
Yeah. It's gonna be
It's gonna be very hard.
too hard. It's gonna be too, especially musically.
Yeah.
Musically, it's gonna be very hard. So they said, I saw something. Hold on, I just pulled that report.
Mm-hmm.
It said, so Dawn Richards, right?
Yeah.
Dawn Richards filed her lawsuit the other day.
Yeah.
So remember how Dawn. I'm gonna be quiet. I just thought about something, but anyway.
Mm-hmm.
How Dawn, Diddy, and
The other lady.
Kalina
Yeah.
from Dirty Money. Now, right after Dawn filed that lawsuit, Kalina said, she's put out a statement saying, like, it's not true, all that stuff like that. So prosecutors allege that Diddy contacted former Diddy Dirty Money member Kalina Harper 128 times through phone and text recently. He allegedly called her 58 times in 4 days. Harper was named in Dawn Richards' recent abuse lawsuit against Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
With the lawsuit with Dawn Richards, I'm curious as to I didn't read her indictment, but was this during Diddy Dirty Money or was this during Diddy Kane?
I didn't read it either, but I think it was probably, so from what I heard, it was probably like mostly a bit of both, but mostly during Diddy Dirty Money because she didn't have any of those other members. And you think about it, like, she was the only one he brought over to this. So she had more, like, she experienced more abuse, but she didn't. So the person the video who I saw, she was like, she didn't experience the abuse. And this was an excellent point, and I hate to say this, but she didn't experience abuse in the way that maybe a preference would have, meaning like a light-skinned person.
Like Aubrey?
Yes, or like Cassie. Like, she got mostly like verbal abuse and like physical abuse, but not like sexual abuse. And so like he would say to her like, oh, he said that he would make her like strip naked in front of not just him, like a whole bunch of other people, and say like, oh, your breasts need to do this, they need to look like this, they look like that. Or he locked her in a car for 2 days, and she had to call her father, and her father had to come up to the studio where they was at to come get her. But I believe that the lady said that in the lawsuit that she never got sexually abused in the way that like a light-skinned woman would be abused. And he said that she wasn't attractive. He said that she was ugly.
And you continue to put out albums with him?
Well,
This
they only did one album.
But this is so I don't
Diddy Dirty Money only did one album.
I don't believe that Dawn only experienced the abuse during Diddy Dirty Money. Now this is from somebody I never was a Danity Kane girly. I never was. It wasn't my thing. Day 26, absolutely. But I remember when Aubrey O'Day, when that whole situation happened. So if she saw it and another member saw it, I'm pretty sure Dawn saw it.
Sure.
And then you form Diddy Dirty Money. So I'm not saying that her lawsuit is invalid. I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying that her abuse is not to be reckoned with. But this is what you were just saying. You knew all this, and you said nothing.
And this isn't me like defending or whatever, but it's like fame and money is so elusive.
It is.
And maybe she was like, well, maybe it'll be different. You never know what someone's thought process
This is true.
She's like, well, maybe I'll get more money now because I'm not splitting it 5 ways, but maybe I'm just splitting it 3 ways. Like, maybe I won't have to deal with as much stuff because, you never know like what her thought process.
This is true.
Her process is, but it's like,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm very angry and upset at Diddy, and I'm upset for him. I'm upset because he's putting us black people in this situation.
Yeah. It really is. It's disheartening.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess it had to happen because I'm like, I always kind of had a side eye at Diddy a little bit. It was like,
Really?
yeah. I used to say things all the time. Like, I'm like, why is it that everybody that comes and goes with this nigga?
Yeah.
I think I said it on the show a couple times. I probably have.
You know, we talked about that, like, even, like, as, like, when you was young, you was like, don't sign with Diddy.
Yeah.
But, like, who knew it was way deeper than just signing with the nigga? Like,
I used to always side eye. And I think it was actually after the Danity Kane and Day 26, I started to be like, what is it about? He puts out great music with these super talented artists, and then they just vanish.
Yeah.
They put out one album, maybe two, and then they're gone.
Yep.
There should be no reason as to why Bad Boy Records, that type of legacy, that's what I'm talking about, was not able to carry on. He put out some amazing records, both R&B and hip hop. Why was that not carried on? Why?
Well, you know, he was owing a lot of people money too. He wasn't. You remember, like, he didn't give Mace his money for a long time.
Yeah, it's just like you had like Jay-Z.
Black Rob died broke because he didn't give him.
He sure did.
He didn't give him his money.
Like Jay-Z had Rockefeller Records and turned that into Rock Nation. Now I'm pretty sure there's some stuff going, behind.
Sure.
Because I'm like, so you just got rid of all the rappers?
Yeah.
I understand Young Guns, like, okay.
Yeah.
But you got rid of Beanie Siegel and Freeway? Them niggas was spitting.
They were spitting.
All the time. So, like, why dead their careers?
Yeah.
So that I don't necessarily understand. But, I don't know. With Diddy, I always was kind of like, okay. Like, what is it about this guy that he just can't keep nothing signed?
Yeah.
He can't do, you know what I'm saying? That's always kind of been my thing, but hey, I just know this Rico case. This is a mess. But I do hope that anybody that was a victim of the Diddler and his Combs enterprise, I do hope that they do feel vindicated and they get justice in all this, because I can just imagine the people walking around in the shadows in silence for all these years. That are probably trembling in their boots because they know that their phone at any minute is going to ring because a prosecutor wants to talk to them. And they're going to have to unleash trauma and hidden things. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's who I be thinking about.
Damn, you right, sis.
Any minute they phone going to ring, it's like, God damn, now I got to reach into this box that I done stored away. And I got to...
Wow, I didn't think about that.
Or, even the sex workers. I was just trying to make a living. I'm doing what I gotta do now.
Yeah.
Now I gotta unleash my past for people that might not know it.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? But I will say this. I think on social media, I think people need to kind of like chill out. Because y'all just kind of projecting, like, oh, so and so next,
Yeah.
and I'm like, all right. Like, people like Trey Songz that actually have lawsuits and shit.
Oh, I've definitely retweeted Trey Songz.
Yeah, like those are public records.
Yeah,
but y'all just be pulling niggas. Like, I saw Kevin Lyles.
Oh.
Step down, or he's
Was he? I think he was named in. Was he named in the case with Cassie?
I don't think so.
I read the whole thing, but I can't remember if he was named.
I don't think he was named.
I
but
want to say he was. Though.
Maybe it was just like people was like, see, and I'm like, or it's just a coincidence that he is stepping down.
I want to say he was named in that case, sis.
We about to find out. I don't know if I can just Google Kevin Lyles and Cassie. Maybe.
I want to say he was.
And that's another thing. It's like, why, you know what I'm saying? Like, now you want to step down? It's almost like, in New York, they just got to listen. The Southern District Attorney of New York,
they got a lot of work to do.
He getting niggas out of here.
He's working.
The mayor of New York City is under investigation. The NYPD commissioner resigned after he had to overturn his phone.
What was on that phone?
Like, that's crazy.
Was he having freak offs too?
Who knows? He probably... Never mind, I'm be quiet.
You been slipping up today, sis.
I ain't say nothing.
Almost, though.
I was thinking it, but you said it.
It doesn't say?
I see some YouTube videos, but it doesn't...
Oh, okay, well, maybe it wasn't him.
Yeah, already YouTube videos. Diddy gets arrested and Kevin Lyle steps down. Like, all right. I mean, I hear you, but
You know, the entertainment blog's got to be blogging.
it just said, let me see something. So he's stepping down as 300 Entertainment CEO. Let me see. At the end of he's stepping down from his role at the end of September.
Okay.
If it was effective immediately, I might have tied. I might understand why people would think so.
He's still I mean, the end of September is like damn near here, sis.
Yeah, but then prosecutors could have pulled up on you today.
This is true.
So I don't know.
They might still pull up on him. What do you know about the Diddy the situation?
I mean, he's the one that signed Young Thug, I think. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, he wrote a nice memo to his staff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't. Listen, the trial will tell.
It surely will. But you know who doesn't tell? People like you who don't leave a review.
Wait, are you sure, sis?
I just checked.
Damn.
Yeah. No one left a review. You're not telling. You're not telling us how much you appreciate us. Yeah. Anyway, thanks so much for listening to this week's episode. Please be sure to follow us on all of our social medias. We're on Twitter at Headwrappod. We're on Instagram at Headwraps and Lipsticks. Check out our Facebook page, Headwraps and Lipsticks, a podcast. Go to our website, www.headwrapsandlipsticks.com, where we have crew necks and t-shirts that are for sale but not on sale. And then send money to our Cash App. $sign Headwrappod. I mean, you're not writing reviews. This is the least you could do. Then,
I can't even help y'all.
And then lastly, we're on a whole bunch of things. Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. So yeah, sis, you don't got no joke today?
No, I'm exhausted. I'm be honest.
Yeah, niggas is tired.
I'm tired.
We wasn't even gonna do episode today.
Yeah, this is all Diddy's fault. To be honest.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So.
We'll see y'all next. Nope.
Oh yeah, no.
We won't see you next week. Damn, y'all mad? This is what happens when you don't leave reviews.
We're getting rest.
Yeah.
Well, some of us.
Yeah. This is what happens when you don't leave reviews. There won't be an episode next week.
This one does. I'll be out.
So
Wow.
we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.
Wait, will we?